Okay, so the ball poem by, okay, now you'll get it. Okay, John Berryman, who was an American poet. I told you American poet is poet who belongs to America, and when we say American English poet is who writes in English, or Indian English poet, an Indian who writes in English. He has won Pulitzer Prize for his Dream Songs, which is a sequence of 385 poems. So let us come to the poem. The poem here is, what is the, can you see the screen? Can you see the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
You can
Yes,
see the
ma'am.
screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. The first paragraph, it, what is the boy now who has lost his ball? What is he to do? I saw it go merrily bouncing down the street, and then merrily over. There it is in the water. Right now, the poet says that he had seen the boy who was playing with the ball on the street, and then he has lost the ball. Okay, he must have hit it hard. The ball must have gone beyond his view. And the poet says that I have seen this ball. I saw this ball bouncing down the street. Okay, and then merrily over there it is in the water. That means the ball has gone into the water. Okay, the ball has gone into the water. So this boy must be playing near the water body. That means a sea or a river, right? So when he kicked the ball had gone out of view and now it is in the water. The poet here is says that the ball was bouncing merrily. Merrily means, Arushi, merrily means,
Ma'am, happily.
yes, happily, Shashank. Okay, happily. Right? Merrily means happily. And the ball was happy to bounce. Why was it happy to bounce? Because the ball was made to be played with. And when children played with him, the ball was happy. And then it merrily bounced into the water. Okay, it has gone into the water. So now the poet is worried, what is the boy who has lost his ball is going to do? Right? What happens when you lose something? What happens when you lose something? Suppose you have a wonderful watch and you lose it. What will happen to you? Yes, you become sad, right? You become sad. Okay, so now the poet says, what is the boy going to do now? Right? See, the boy is looking, the ball is in the water. The poet says, no use to say, oh, there are other balls. Usually, what happens when we lose something, the parents or our friends, they say, okay, it doesn't matter, we have other things. And ball is such a petty thing, such a small thing. If you lose the ball, we say, okay, we'll get you another ball, don't worry. But here the poet says, no use to say, oh, there are other balls. An ultimate shaking grief fixes the boy as he stands rigid, trembling, staring down all his young days into the harbor where his ball went. I would not intrude on him. A dime another ball is worthless. Now he senses first responsibility. He says it is useless to say that there are other balls. Okay. Wait a minute. Why? There are people waiting in the lobby. Okay. They must not wait. I must take this on the main screen. Then only it will be possible. Where is the yes. Okay, so the poet says that it is useless when we say that we will get you another ball. Why? Because he says that the boy is standing near the water and he is in grief, right? An ultimate shaking grief fixes the boy. He is standing there, is rigid without moving. Okay, he stands there without moving. He doesn't move, right? He is uh, seeing the ball which has gone into the water. And then he says all his young days into the harbor where his ball went. He is staring down all the days he had played on the uh, harbor with that ball. Okay, he has lost the ball with which there were so many memories attached. Okay, the memories were attached. He might have played with his friends on the harbor with the ball. He might have played with his brothers or sisters or his parents. So the ball had a lot of memories attached to it. So I cannot say that I will get you another ball. I will not intrude on him. I will not interfere in his matter because a dime, another ball which will cost a dime. Dime is the currency, the money. It will cost a dime. It is useless because new ball will not have the uh, how can I let them enter? Okay, now he has sensed his first responsibility. That means he has come to know that there are losses. Okay, he has to face the loss. He has to understand this. So he says, uh, he senses his first responsibility. This is the first responsibility which he has come to face. He till now he had everything what he wanted. Now he has lost something for the first time. See here there are two things. Okay, there are two meanings of the ball. One is the ball, the things that we have with which we have uh, attachment, and when we lose those things, we one thing is the ball, the things with which we have so many memories attached. When we lose them, we feel sad. The other here is the childhood which the child has. He has lost his childhood. He is becoming older. So there is a sense of responsibility. Okay, so there are two meanings. One meaning is the thing, the other is losing his childhood. Okay, in a world of possessions, people will take balls. Balls will be lost always, little boy, and no one buys a ball back. Money is external. He says, in this world of possessions, everyone wants to hoard these things. Everyone wants to possess each and everything that is available. Okay, so uh, poet here says that people will take balls. That means people will snatch your things. You are going to lose many things. Okay, and one of them is your childhood. And no one buys a ball back. No one gets those memories back. The memories that you have, the childhood that you have, you are not going to get that back. Money is external. It cannot buy your memories. It cannot buy back your childhood. Okay? He is learning well behind his desperate eyes the epistemology of loss. How to stand up, knowing what every man must one day know, and most know many days how to stand up. This paragraph is very important because behind his desperate eyes, he wants to have that ball back. He wants to have the things which he has lost, with which his memories are attached. He wants to get it back. He wants to get back his childhood. But this is what he had to learn, the epistemology of loss, right? The science of losing. He has to learn it. And how to stand up, not just learn to cope up with the loss, but also how to stand up. That means how to face this loss, how to face this situation where uh, he has lost and he has to cope up with loss. See, loss is not only of things, loss is also of loved ones, right? Here in the last line, it tells you that every man must one day know and must know many days how to stand up. Stand up here means uh, facing, and facing here refers to uh, the situation which we have when we lose some near and dear one. That is the most important loss that we have in our life, right? No other loss is as big as losing uh, our near and dear one. Okay, so he will understand the epistemology of loss, the knowledge of loss. Epistemology is the science of study of knowledge, knowledge of loss. So he is going to learn this and he is going to stand up. That means he is going to learn how to face the desperate situations. Okay, got it? This is the poem. And through this poem, the poet wants to describe the reality of life which everyone has to face one day. He has touched the topic of how to stand up against the miseries and sorrows of life. Losing or anything always makes us sad. We are sorrowful, right? And here he has given the loss of two important things. One is the ball, which depicts the things with we have our memories attached to. It can be things, it can be people. And the other is the innocence of the child, the childhood of the child, which is lost. Right? Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Any one of you? See, we may interpret this poem literally and metaphorically both. In literal, if literally, then it is the soulful picture of little boys growing up and learning to deal with the loss of their first in his possession. That means whatever he has. If metaphorically, then it is the story of mankind learning to deal with the loss of their loved things or people. Right? Okay, these two things I told you. So this is literal, this is metaphorical. That is implied meaning. Okay, these are the word meanings and these are the literary devices. Personification, a ball personifies the spirit of the boy's childish innocence. Okay, here ball refers to his innocence. Anaphora is repetition of the words in two or more lines. See, I'll tell you where is anaphora. What is the boy now? What is he doing? Repetition. Can you see the cursor? Can you see the cursor?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, you can see the cursor. So what here is repeated in both the lines? Okay. So when the two consecutive sentences start with the same word, it is called anaphora. Here, merrily. Again, and merrily. Can you see the cursor? Right? You can see this. So, this is uh, repetition of the same word in different lines. Okay? It is different from repetition. Okay? Repetition is in the same line. Anaphora is repetition in the consecutive lines. Imagery in when poet says merrily bouncing down the street. You can imagine the happy ball going around. Okay? Repetition is what and ball. Alliteration is use of sound B at the start of two consecutive words. Buys a ball back. Okay? Right? Okay. This is what I have. Now I'll ask what you have. Okay? This is what I have. I want to know what you have. What do you have? Yes, tell me. Hmm? What did you learn from this poem? What did you learn from this poem? Epistemology of loss. Epistemology means no knowledge. Knowledge of loss. What did you learn? Asminanda, your mic is on. Yes. Can I have answer? Arushi? Arushi?
From
Yes. Can I have? What did you learn from this?
ma'am, nothing is going to be with us for a permanent time. We all will face loss. We
Very good.
can't have anything for a permanent time. We will face loss, and we have. Um,
We have to
and
learn to face loss. Very good. Very good.
ma'am,
Aditya Ranjan? Ananya Bharti? Ananya Bharti? Are you there? Yes, Ananya.
yes, Ananya.
What did you learn?
What did you learn?
You have switched on your mic,
You have
Ananya.
switched on your mic, Ananya. Ma'am, I'm Ananya. Ma'am, I'm Ananya.
Yes.
Yes. Ma'am, basically in
Ma'am,
this
basically
poem,
in this poem,
it is connected to our life,
Yes.
the reality of our life. When we lost something in our life, but we have to face it.
Okay. And how do we have to face it? We have to
Um,
learn to face it.
yes, ma'am, we have to learn to face the situation.
Very good. We have one more Ananya of 10D. Yes, Ananya.
Ma'am, I am 10D. Ma'am,
You are
Ananya
10D.
of 10D.
Okay, Ananya Bharti. Okay, Ananya, very good.
Okay, Ananya, very good.
Okay, anyone else who wants
Thank you,
to
ma'am.
speak up?
Anyone else who wants to?
See, if you're not speaking, switch off your
If you're
mic.
not speaking, switch off your mic.
Okay. Anyone else? Pankuri? Payal?
ma'am, to
Yes.
learn the real truth of life.
To
Yeah.
accept the loss
Very good. To accept the loss. Okay. Loss of what?
which we have attached to something which we not want to lose.
Yes. There are two things that is mentioned, right? One is the literal, that is the things which we have, and the other is metaphorical, that is either the childhood or the near and dear ones. Okay. Yes. Anything else?